Okay, hello. My name is Samantha Fraser. My pronouns are she and her, and I'm the Student Experience Coordinator, Transfer Student Success for Nipissing University. So what that means is that I'm the central point of contact once you officially get through the application process and you're a student at Nipissing. I'm here to support you and connect you with resources. So for the next 20 minutes or so, give or take, I talk a lot. I'm going to go through some of the supports that are available to you as a student at Nipissing. While there are many, I'm going to focus just on my department where I work, which is student learning and transitions. There are a number of additional supports, and I can connect you to those services, but I'm told that there are some other webinars being hosted as well to touch on some of these other services, so I won't get into every single thing that's available. You may or may not know this already, Nipissing consistently ranks very highly on Maclean's magazine universities rankings. And for 2021, we ranked #1 for student services and #3 for student satisfaction. And so that's a rating that the students themselves have given us, the #3 for student satisfaction. So a big reason for this, I think, is because of our people and because of the student-centered approach that Nipissing has when it comes to supporting the students that we have on our campus. And whether that be at a distance virtually, which we're doing right now and are doing appointments that way as well, or in person on our campus in our offices one-on-one, you really do get that personalized approach. Without a shadow of a doubt, if you seek support at Nipissing, you're going to find a team of caring professionals waiting to help you in all sorts of different areas of the university, and all you have to do is reach out for support. So to start things off, this is a slide explaining a little bit more about our office, my office where I work, which is student learning and transitions. And so if you need support with academic writing or writing in a certain style, so let's say this is your first go at writing an APA or writing in MLA or doing citations, then we're the office that you would see for that kind of help. We're also the place that you go to develop your study skills. So I often reflect on my past educational experience and think, nobody actually taught me how to study. And so I'm very thankful to say that our office actually does provide that kind of support, and we can help you develop your study skills, organization, time management, learning how to read more efficiently, learning different note-taking strategies to try out. We're really aware of the fact that study skills are trial and error. So if there's one strategy that doesn't work for you, come back and see us, we'll talk you through it. And there might be something else that fits you a little bit better. And so you've got to try different things out and give it an honest shot before you know if one particular note-taking strategy, as an example, works for you. You can see up on the screen, we also offer support for students in math and science. So if you have to take a stats course, or if you have to learn how to use SPSS or other statistical software, we have a coordinator to help you with that. We offer peer tutoring, and that is also a job opportunity. So if you end up excelling in a particular course, you can tutor others in it in the future. And we're excited to announce some expansion to our team with a new career services coordinator. So you can see us as well for resumes, cover letters, interview skills, job prep, learning about the job market, all that kind of stuff. And our office also is the one that supports students through orientation. So after the application process, the next step is orientation and getting adjusted to campus, meeting professors, that sort of thing. So that's something that our office does as well. So typically, I'm gonna have to keep moving myself around, I think. Typically, there's a sort of a general process that most students go through from application through to graduation. And this can look a little bit different for most folks in terms of the pathway that you choose to start your journey with us. But once you've decided to come to Nipissing, you're going to start at the application stage. And this is when Sarah Marinelli is your go-to person for support, questions, program options. How do I apply? What is that process? And so you've got a support person there. And then you're going to go through credit transfer audit or assessment with the registrar's office in Marnie, if that applies to you. And then you're going to attend new student orientation. And the first picture on the screen there is of new student orientation. And that is our one of our biggest welcome events. And this is your chance to get your courses selected, to meet professors, to start to meet some folks in your program, meet other transfer students. I will be there to talk a little bit about supports as well. And whether that happens virtually, in person, or as a hybrid, there's lots of different options. From orientation, you transition into Lakers orientation, which encompasses a lot of different things and includes social opportunities for you to meet peers, and then more specific stuff to get you prepared for classes. So we know that at certain times a year, the information that we give you is only going to be relevant when it's timely. So you don't need to know about how to take notes for your classes when you're in the application stage, but you might want that information right before classes are about to start, because now you're ready to engage in that material. So that's part of the types of sessions we'd be hosting as well during Lakers orientation, would be things about developing a culture of consent on campus, and social opportunities to connect with peers, and workshops to get you ready for classes and that sort of thing. And then you're going into the classes stage where you're studying, you're learning, you're doing experiential learning, workshops, all sorts of stuff. And that's when student services supports come in. And that's the office where I work, but Student Development and Services also has a ton of other offices within it that you can seek out for support. So we've got student counseling services, which is ranked very highly in Maclean's as well. I think we got top 3, if not the first. I have to double check. And then there's the student accessibility services. Then we have international initiatives. I'm going to forget a few. Our office is quite large. If there's a service that you need, there's a support equivalent to it. And if you have any questions, I'm your point of contact. Send me an email, no matter how random. That's what I'm here for. And so throughout your educational journey, you can access supports or reach out to our office for a variety of things. And then you'll be moving into, after that, the career development stage. And that's when you're looking at getting ready for the job market, how to articulate the skills that you've developed in the time that you've been studying with us, and preparing your resume, cover letter, LinkedIn, whatever it is that you need, seeking out maybe experiential learning, that sort of thing. And then we make it to graduation. And that point in time, our team is actually there as well. We're very fortunate to volunteer to get you set up in your regalia. So we fit you with your robe and get to watch you cross the stage after the duration of time that you've been at Nipissing and connected with us in various ways. So that's a typical process. But there are a lot of different ways that you can go once you hit the classes, courses and classes portion of this sort of diagram that I put on the screen. The other 2 photos, fairly self-explanatory on the screen, but the one in the middle, that is a session led by some professors at Nipissing. So you can get a little peek at some of our profs there as well. So one of the reasons, like I said, that we're ranked so highly is because of our people. So I thought I would give you the chance to see some of the folks in the office where I work, which we call SLT for short, but Student Learning and Transitions. So this is our team of women that you can access for support as a student. And Gemma, she's our manager, and she leads and supports the rest of us in the office. So you will see her at orientation events. She loves to get to know students, wants to know all about your life, is one of the most personable people you'll ever meet. So look forward to meeting her. And then Maggie is our frontline support at the front desk if you come in person to campus, or the person you talk to book appointments with us, to ask questions about our office, that sort of thing. She does everything and anything for us, but it's good to know who you're emailing with when you book appointments. Lindsay and Veronica tend to be the most utilized resource in student services. So Lindsay is the student learning coordinator for writing and academic skills, and Veronica is our math and science coordinator. So Lindsay will do writing, helping you develop your skills with writing, referencing and citations. She does study skills in general. The list really goes on and on. If you have something that you need support with, and it's not specific to developing math skills or learning how to write an equation, that sort of thing, then Lindsay's the person I'd recommend you meet with. But if you need specific help with like dosage calculations for your nursing course or math related software, that sort of thing, then Veronica's your person. And then we have the rest of the team. So Kate Devono is our student experience coordinator for orientation and first year programs. So Kate is the brains behind new student orientation and Lakers orientation, and her and I collaborate to bring a transfer student focus to those events as well and make sure that your voice is represented. Kate is also part of the Record of Student Development team and can help students with their transition to campus. Courtney Picard is our career services coordinator. So she's the one that you would see for those interview things that I'm mentioning, resume, cover letter support. And then that's me, and I'm your point of contact for anything random throughout your time as a student. If I don't know the answer, I'll connect you with somebody who does, but it's a good central starting point. I also help students with academic success. And so you can meet with me for check-ins throughout the year to set some academic goals if you want to develop your study skills, or if you want to get better at time management, talk about different techniques. I do some of those things. And then when it's outside of my expertise, then I refer you to Veronica and Lindsay, and then we come back and check in on goals throughout your time to make sure that you're staying on track with what you want to develop and what you want to get out of your education. So it's really, success coaching is meant to be really holistic and unique to you. So not everyone's experience is the same. Some folks will meet once a month. Some want to meet bi-weekly. I work with students and what they feel is right for them. But ideally, if you need resources, just reach out and I will connect you, even if it's not for academic success coaching. If you want to sit down and talk about what counseling is like, I'll talk to you about what that service is about and who those folks are and that sort of thing. Sort of helping you break down some of the what's the word I'm looking for? The unknowns of like how office works, how different offices work and that sort of thing, how to navigate. So this is our front door, and right now, as you can imagine, there's some masking and social distancing protocols and signs all over the place to make sure that everyone is kept safe. So we are in the Academic Skills Center, and we do sometimes do drop-in appointments as well. And so right now those are on hold because of COVID-19, but we will bring them back when it's safe to do so. So this is where you would find us, and student services is directly across the hall, but it's good to know sort of an idea of what the office space looks like. And there's lots of different ways that you can engage with us. So academic success workshops are a big one. So if you'd rather engage with learning in a group setting, that's an option. We also do one-on-one appointments virtually and in person for 30 minutes to an hour. The drop-in center, when we were doing drop-in appointments, there's a block of time during the day where you can drop in, first come, first serve for no more than 15 minutes. And those are meant for quick questions or follow up on appointments that you may have had before where you want clarification about APA citation, for example. Peer tutoring, I already mentioned. This is the only service in our office that has a fee associated with it. It is $50 for 4 hours, and that money goes towards paying the tutor's wage. And you can split it up over a length of time. So let's say you want to do 4 different 30-minute sessions, that's totally okay. You just want to make sure that you have a contract signed, and we'll pair you with someone that's taken the course before and done well in it so that you can get the support from a peer. Then the academic success program, that's that coaching I was talking to you about. And you can also engage with us at a variety of orientation events. Always looking forward to meeting students in that way. So I thought it might be helpful to give you an idea of some of the workshops that we've done. So these are some of the posters from recent ones. You'll notice on each of the posters, there's a record of student development logo, and I'll talk about that in a second. But we've got how to begin your semester, online exam prep, tech workshop series, study strategies, the list goes on. So we have a variety of sessions that we run on a regular basis throughout the year. And right now they're all happening online on Blackboard, which is your learning management system as a student. So you'll have the option to access these kinds of supports as well. Then the next best place for you to get to know the university, to figure out what our vibe is like, is our website. So if you want to know what's upcoming or ongoing on campus in terms of events, check out the virtual events section of the website. And then I would also encourage you to browse around the student services website as well. Some of the other areas that I'm not getting into today have also a ridiculous amount of support that they offer. So it's worth looking into what you have access to and why we're ranked so highly for student services supports. So I mentioned I would talk a little bit more about the record of student development, but I won't go in at length. The basics of what I want you to know is that while you're a student, you can build a co-curricular record to showcase all of the things that you've been involved in and the skills that you developed while being involved in those things. So this is sort of what it looks like. You can add awards, you can add leadership opportunities, you can add volunteering, on-campus jobs, and you'll be able to showcase the skills that employers, grad school, application processing folks, bursary benefactor people, all of these folks are looking for skilled candidates to award spots in programs or bursaries to, or to hire. And so you can seek out opportunities on campus and virtually to participate in skill development and showcase that on an official document endorsed by the university, and that's the record of student development. So you'll see on various events that involve learning this logo, and that is an indication that that event is or you're approved to be on your record and will teach you some skills, which is great. So I wouldn't expect you to take it from me, so I decided I would end off with a couple of quotes. So there's only a few more slides and we're done. And so this is a quote from Taylor, a fellow transfer student. And Taylor says, "When I transferred to Nipissing University, I had no idea how much my experiences in the Laker community would shape me as a student. Through participating in events such as New Student Orientation and Frosh Week, I became more open and willing to create new relationships. I learned interpersonal and effective communication skills through volunteering in various Laker activities." So Taylor had some takeaways that we hear a lot from the students about, you know, I took a leap, I got involved, and I was really surprised on what I got out of it. And research shows that you get out what you put in terms of your education. And so the more involved you are, or the more supports that you access, the more you'll benefit and see the rewards of that experience. And so that's part testimonial, part advice from Taylor. Next, we have another transfer student who wanted to remain anonymous, and they say that Nipissing is so inclusive and involved in the community. Professors are always willing to help and learn your name, which separates Nipissing from other universities. The campus is absolutely beautiful and the environment is profoundly welcoming. Transferring back home to Nipissing University has been the best decision for advancing my education and career goals. Nipissing should be at the top of everyone's list of universities to attend. Now, I would say that this one sounds too good to be true, but honest to goodness, I couldn't make up this testimonial. The students every year send in their surveys to me when I reach out for feedback about how the year went and how their experience on campus has been and what we can do to support them or make things better. And year over year, we hear things like this. And that the proof is in our rankings as well. And lastly, this is a quote. It looks like Josh's name is getting cut off, from Josh, who was a mature student who did some academic success programming with our office. And Josh says, Nipissing's academic success program has been extremely helpful to me in my return to university. They help me organize my schedule and point me to other help and opportunities that the school has to offer. For me, the biggest help was the accountability of having someone regularly check in and ask if I was using my time wisely. Every student who wants to take their studies seriously should consider looking into this program. It's not just for people who are struggling with school, but anybody who wants to avoid the struggle in the first place. So that's just a review of, the kind of support that Josh had when engaging with one-on-one academic success coaching, which is available to all students. And yeah, so don't take it from me, you take it from the other student. So that is all that I had. So I'm happy to take questions. Like I said, as a central point of contact, I have a ton of information in my brain about Nipissing in general, as does Sarah. So you can ask myself or her any questions that you would like to know a little bit more about. And if you want to connect with me outside of this webinar, that is also an option. I'm happy to talk about more broad student service supports at maturetransfer@nipissingu.ca, which is my main email.
Thank you, Samantha. I'm going to stop the recording now, just so everyone knows.